morning again, so I get to look at yesterday's news and tell you how today's gonna suck. We did a great podcast last night. It's amazing what happens when you have a plan. So we threw out a little bit of a format beforehand, and Drew and I had a little bit of a passionate subject to talk about. He didn't really defend it like I thought he was going to. When we were playing games and kind of came up with the topic in a way, he had more to say about it, which I was, waiting for something more, positive, negative detractions or whatever. But I just wanted to clarify that topic a little bit before we talk about any other depression shit, and that was depressing shit. And that was, we were talking about OnlyFans. So, my main point was that, it's cool. I respect the hustle and all, but in some ways it's ruining the fabric of society. Now that sounds extreme, but I do stand by the point that it's like everybody has a price, and it's so low. It's really low, and we have a natural inquisitive side to us that, yes, sex sells. Look, nobody can lie about that. It does. People want to see the shit, so they pay for it. But at some point, it's just a wash, and all the. Where's the line going to be drawn with these problems that we have, these obsessions, these? I guess it's just more problems for your therapy, right? More problems for your therapist to sort out. And this isn't even like a, back in my day, we didn't have none of that shit. Don't get me wrong. There's some amazing things that are available. The aspect that we talked about of the fact that you can see a video of something obscure that you would have never seen before. And I'm not talking about nudity. I'm talking about, car repair, or woodworking, or, the crazy shit that you see that's amazing. You can see that, and there's so much information out there that if you can't find it, it's almost like it's your fault you can't find it. But with that same token, it leads to a bunch of degenerate bullshit. And the real question is, how do you weed out degenerate bullshit? Okay, now I got a question. That guy is driving a Colorado, which is a smaller truck, right? He's got it lifted, so it's about as tall as my regular-sized Tundra normal truck. And on top of that, his bed is filled with a single wheel. That's it. That's all he's got in his bed. One wheel. What the fuck is the point of a truck with one wheel in your bed? Let me refine what I'm saying. It's a mount for his tire. Just one mount for one tire in the back, like where your spare fucking tire goes. That's it. It takes up the whole back of his fucking bed. Like he's displaying it proudly, which is cool. Like, I got nothing against that, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of the truck, right? We're in the middle of fucking Massachusetts. We're not going to the Baja and four-wheeling there, bud, where you need to, have it on this little plate mechanism that takes... you could put shit in the back of your truck. That was an old man rant. Anyway, so getting back to hustling, and the crazy thing is, I respect the hustle. I am a hustler. You gotta love to see those people make it, right? The crazy thing about it is, a woman takes pictures of herself or videos, and she can afford her own house. Good for her. I support that independence. And at the same time, it's your reputation is probably in tatters, and any chance that you wanted to get a normal job in the future might be affected. No, I'm not even saying that we should be prudish like that. Oh, God, you were on OnlyFans. But in some professions, there is a line. There is some decorum to some professions that you'd be like, my lawyer was naked the other day shoving a vase up her butthole. Up his butthole. Let's just talk about him. It ruins your perception of that guy. You wouldn't be happy with a judge presiding over your case if you knew that judge let hamsters crawl in and out of his... So, I mean, this is kind of what I'm getting at. It's like, I guess kinks are cool, but not everybody needs to know your kink. Not everybody needs to be a part of it. And at some point, it's probably going to be more rare that you don't have an OnlyFans. I don't know. I mean, America is conservative and all, so there's definitely that crazy half that wants to fight against that puritanical right to not show even ankles. I get it. I do get it. I find myself kind of siding with conservatives a little bit in the fact that it's like we should leave a little bit for the imagination. And money on the table? I don't know. The degenerates that pay for this shit, I mean, obviously they deserve to be parted from their money like that, because it's like, dude, do a little web research and you could find that shit for free, I guess. And then that just goes in. You know what? I go back to my idea, and I didn't even bring this up last night, of like, hey, let's have a solar flare just hit and take everything down for 30 days. Let's have a cooling off period. A cooling off period of everything. Communication, maybe the old-fashioned ways. You get 3 channels of news. You pay attention to it when it comes on at 5. If not, you fucking missed it. Whoops. Get it tomorrow. Right? Obviously, it wasn't that important. That might help a little bit. I don't know if we're ready for this. In other news, so let's get on to what's happening today. So, it's a good thing that people are pushing back. I see a lot of court stuff saying they handed Trump his ass, or this administration, or this is blatantly illegal and we're not putting up with it. Good. Fuck. We're finally starting to push back against this shit. Cool. And the people that matter are pushing back, right? The courts are doing it. Lawyers are getting involved. There's all sorts of, you can't do this, you can't. I mean, the arrests inside the courthouse are scary enough, right? That dude that just got arrested, after the judge dismissed everything, he was arrested anyway. And let's not forget that there was a story about another guy. This is another story saying, number one, ICE lied about everything. Number two, he is an American citizen. And he was already detained. Like, it's shockingly close to Gestapo actions. If you can't see that, I don't understand why you can't see it. If you can't see it, you're the wrong color. That's all there is to it. If you can't see it, you are too white. And that's the thing, First, it's crazy how it's like, first it was black people. Then it was Middle Eastern brown. Now it's, Southern brown, Hispanic brown. I don't understand why we have such a problem. There's always got to be a they versus them. We're a melting pot. What happened to that? They versus them. This is what makes our country great. We bring everybody in. We're not supposed to have a color. I know everybody likes to say, make America white and all this stuff. We're not. It's not supposed to be. That's our greatest strength. I don't know why we don't realize this. So, yeah. But again, the pushback is good. The pushback is good. We're finally, getting somewhere. It's stunting, and hopefully my optimism is not misplaced when, it was getting scary, but I said, look, I don't think Trump has the conviction to follow through with this. I still believe that. That guy's never finished anything. Look at the toadies that he's surrounded himself by. They're not people who get things done. This is not a guy that goes and finishes and does what he says. He wants everybody to believe that. He desperately wants people to believe that what he says goes, but that's not true at all. Put it all on his shoulders and you see that shit will fall apart quickly. And so that's where we are right now. Shit's starting to fall apart. I especially like the story about Elon getting his IRS person, his pick, in charge. That was actually a good story. And if you haven't heard that story, the story goes that Elon wanted somebody to run the IRS, and just kind of walked in with a paper. It's a declaration. He walked into Trump's office and he got Trump to sign it. Okay, I don't know what was happening there. And Trump just walked in and was like, yep, sure, Elon, signed it. And that was picking out the head of the IRS, the new head, right? And the person who was supposed to do that got pissed off and was like, what the fuck? Rightly so, right? Because that's your job, is to, So the IRS went through 3 different people the week that taxes were due. And I don't want to keep saying the crazier thing. That sounds so stupid. The thing is that another study was released saying that conservative estimates are like the IRS has lost about $1 trillion worth of revenue from people that are either underfiling or not going to file. Some say that number is low and it could be up to $2 trillion. That's crazy. Let's just say billion. Let's say with a B. That's still a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money left on the table by these idiots because it's your incompetence. And this is how this system goes. This is why the United States and a lot of things work. Money, financial system, they work on trust. How much do you trust the system? If you trust the system is rock solid, you spend, you buy, you're comfortable. Yep, it's good. Everything's going to be good. If you don't trust, you pull back, you save. That keeps money out of that system, right? When you fuck around with these systems, people don't spend. They don't trust. They don't give. They don't. How many people are hoarding their cash from the IRS trying to hide it because they're worried about the future? I mean, look, that's not a legitimate reason to not pay your taxes, but I'm just saying, like, some people are probably not going to. And then you'd really have to question, like, what are our tax dollars for then? What are they for? I don't know. But people are waking up, and there's a lot of court cases heading to the fact of, like, you don't have the power to do that. And hopefully they get there. Because just saying that is different when he goes, yeah, well, I'm going to do it anyway, right? Like him saying, due process, I can't give everybody due process because there's too many to give due process for. Oh, okay, that's cool. Just suspend it. Let's fuck everybody over. We might break a few eggs in the process, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make when it's not your life. Because El Salvador has already returned some people here, and so it wouldn't be very difficult other than the fact that there's some sort of like slush money being sent, some fucking deal going on. And I wouldn't put it behind, say that like some congressman or somebody has got a pipeline deal to El Salvador, and that's why they're taking the lion's share of that payment, and El Salvador is walking away with some of it, but not all of it, some of it. I mean, it's not like everybody who's invading us is from El Salvador, right? Right. Oh, boy. But, like I said, the sun is shining. It's a good day. It's a good sign. Spring is here, people. Could be bringing the change. It's only taking this. I mean, like, look, he didn't accomplish Hitler goals, right? That's a good thing. And, we're pushing back. That's a good thing. We're reestablishing the will of the people and whatnot here. So, I mean, again, okay, system isn't broken. It's working the way that it should be. And it just took a while for the wheels of justice to turn. Isn't that a phrase? The wheels of justice turn slowly. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. That's something different.